You know what people say when they see me? What's your secret? And honestly, I get it. At 90, I'm still climbing stairs without holding the railing. I haven't had as much as a cold in 3 decades, and my doctor keeps telling me I have the energy levels of someone half my age. It's not some miracle pill or expensive treatment. It's not even good genes. What I'm about to share with you are 12 simple daily habits that completely transformed how I age. Some of them might sound almost too simple to work. Others might surprise you completely. I'm going to need you to stick around for my number 1 secret because it is the real game changer. It's the habit that ties everything else together. And honestly, it's the one thing that made the biggest difference in keeping me not just alive, but truly thriving at 90. Habit 12 is my cold water wake-up. Every single morning for the past 30 years, before I even think about coffee, I splash cold water on my face. Not lukewarm, not room temperature. Cold. It's become as automatic as brushing my teeth, and honestly, it's better than any alarm clock I've ever owned. If you're wondering the reason, here's why. When that cold water hits your face, your circulation gets an instant boost. Your blood vessels constrict and then dilate, pumping fresh blood and oxygen throughout your system. It's also triggering your body's natural anti-inflammatory response. Not only that, it sharpens your mind like nothing else. Within seconds, you're alert, focused, and ready to tackle whatever the day throws at me. Habit 11. I move every 30 minutes. This might shock you, but I have never, not once in the past 30 years, let myself sit for longer than 30 minutes straight. Even when I'm watching my favorite TV show or reading a good book, I'm up and moving. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes it's just ankle rolls while I'm sitting in my chair. Other times I'll stand up and do a few gentle stretches, or simply walk to the kitchen and back. The key is that my body never gets the chance to settle into that stiff, achy state that so many people accept as normal aging. Starting today, set a timer on your phone for 30 minutes. When it goes off, just stand up. Do something. Habit 10. Purple and deep-colored foods are my pals. Walk into my kitchen any day of the week and you'll see something that might surprise you. My counter is like a rainbow, but especially rich in deep purples, blues, and reds. Purple cabbage, blueberries, blackberries, beets, red bell peppers. I call them my brain and immune boosters, and they're on my plate every single day. I started paying attention to food colors about 25 years ago when I noticed that I felt sharper and more energetic on days when I ate more colorful meals. Turns out, I was on to something without even knowing the science behind it. Those deep, vibrant colors are packed with antioxidants called anthocyanins and betalains, which are your body's personal bodyguards, protecting your cells from damage and keeping your brain firing on all cylinders. The darker and more intense the color, the more powerful the protection. Habit 9. Daily fermented foods. About 3 times a week, you'll find me eating something fermented. Kimchi with my lunch, a small bowl of sauerkraut with dinner, or a glass of kefir in the afternoon. I knew about fermented foods 20 years ago when I was having some digestive troubles, and a friend suggested I try some homemade sauerkraut. Within weeks, not only did my digestion improve, but I felt more energetic and my mood was noticeably better. I was hooked. Now, this is what's really happening. Those fermented foods are like sending in reinforcements for your gut. Your intestines are home to trillions of bacteria, some good, some not so good. The fermented foods feed the good bacteria, helping them flourish and crowd out the troublemakers. And here's the thing, about 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. So when your gut is happy, your whole body is stronger. Habit 8, mindful chewing. This one sounds almost too simple to matter, but I promise you it's been a game changer for me. I chew every single bite at least 30 times. Yes, I actually count sometimes, especially when I'm eating something I really love or want to savor. I know how this sounds, like I'm some kind of food fanatic. But look, when you really chew your food, you're doing half the work for your digestive system. Plus, something magical happens. Each chew releases more nutrients and makes them easier for your body to absorb. You're also giving your brain time to register that you're eating, which means you feel satisfied with less food. And all that chewing produces saliva, which contains enzymes that start breaking down your food before it even hits your stomach. Habit 7, challenge my brain. Every single day I give my brain a little workout. Today, I learned a new word. Yesterday, I tried a crossword puzzle I'd never done before. If you're wondering why this is important, here's why. Every time you learn something or solve a problem, your brain creates new neural pathways, more like building new roads in your mind. The more roads you have, the better your brain can navigate around any roadblocks that might come up with age. I'm curious, which of these first 6 habits resonates most with you? Are you already doing any of them? Or is there one that feels like it could easily fit into your day? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also, while you're here, give this channel a thumbs up and subscribe for more life-changing habits that would keep you a happy soul for the rest of your life. Habit 6, morning sunlight. There's something I've done religiously for over 25 years. Every single morning, within an hour of waking up, I step outside and soak up at least 15 minutes of natural sunlight. People think I'm just enjoying the weather, but there's so much more happening. My energy stays consistent throughout the year, and I honestly believe this simple habit has kept my bones strong and my mood stable. Now, here's the science behind it. When morning sunlight hits your eyes, it triggers your body's natural production of vitamin D and helps regulate your internal clock. So, step outside with your morning coffee or tea. Don't wear sunglasses for those first 15 minutes. Your eyes need to receive that natural light signal. Make it a pleasant ritual. Habit 5, deep social connections. I don't just chat with people, I connect with them. There's a big difference, and I learned this the hard way when I realized that despite being surrounded by people, I sometimes felt lonely. That's when I made a conscious decision to seek out real, meaningful conversations and genuine laughter with the people I care about. When you have meaningful social connections, your body releases hormones like oxytocin and endorphins that actually boost your immune system. So don't wait for others to reach out. Be the one who makes the call, asks the deeper questions, and really listens to the answers. Habit 4, deep breathing for stress. The moment I feel that familiar tightness in my chest or that fluttering of anxiety in my stomach, I stop whatever I'm doing and I take 5 slow, deliberate breaths. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But this little habit has gotten me through some of the most challenging moments of my life. I breathe in slowly through my nose for a count of 4, hold it for a moment, then exhale through my mouth for a count of 6. I do this 5 times, and it's like hitting a reset button on my entire nervous system. The tension melts away, my heart rate slows down, and suddenly I can think clearly again. My tip for you, don't wait until you're overwhelmed to try this. Practice it when you're calm, so it becomes automatic when you need it most. Habit 3, sleep sanctuary. Let me tell you about my bedroom. It's my sacred space, and I guard it fiercely. This wasn't always the case. For years, I treated my bedroom like just any other room. My sleep was restless, and I'd wake up feeling like I'd been hit by a truck. Everything changed when I decided to treat sleep like the medicine it actually is. This matters so much because sleep is when your body does its repair work. Your brain literally cleans itself while you sleep. Your immune system strengthens, your muscles recover, and your memories get properly stored. Without quality sleep, everything falls apart. So start with just one change. Make your room darker, cooler, or quieter. Pick a consistent bedtime and stick to it for a week. Also, remove screens from your bedroom if they're there. Habit 2, Phytonutrient Bombs in my diet. I go beyond just eating healthy foods. I actively seek out what I call phytonutrient bombs. These are foods that most people think are too exotic to bother with. I'm talking about turmeric, moringa, seaweed, spirulina, and other powerhouse ingredients that I sprinkle into my meals like edible medicine. I started exploring these foods about 15 years ago when I read about their incredibly anti-inflammatory properties. I figured if I was going to eat anyway, why not eat foods that were actively fighting aging and disease in my body? Now, if you're wondering what makes these foods so special, here it is. They're packed with compounds called phytonutrients, plant chemicals that go far beyond basic vitamins and minerals. These are foods that have been used medicinally for thousands of years. From today, just add these little power punches to foods you're already eating. Your cells will thank you, and you might be surprised at how much more energetic you feel. Habit 1, intermittent fasting, my biggest secret. All right, here it is, the habit that changed everything for me. For the past 18 years, I've eaten all my meals within an 8 to 10 hour window each day. I typically eat my first meal around 10 a.m., sometimes 12 p.m., and finishing eating by 6 or 7 p.m. The rest of the time, my digestive system gets to rest, and my body gets to focus on repair and renewal. A friend mentioned something called intermittent fasting, and I realized I was already doing it without knowing it had a name. But here's what convinced me to stick with it. Within just a few weeks, my energy became incredibly steady throughout the day. No more afternoon crashes, no more feeling sluggish after meals. I felt lighter, more alert, and my digestion improved dramatically. It was like my body finally had the time and space to do its job properly. My tip for you, don't jump into a strict schedule right away. Start by simply stopping eating 3 hours before bed and see how you feel. Then gradually extend your fasting window as it feels comfortable. Find an eating window that fits your lifestyle, maybe 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. And please, check with your doctor before starting, especially if you have any health conditions or take medications. There you have it, my 12 daily habits that have kept me climbing stairs, staying healthy, and feeling vibrant at 90. The beautiful thing is, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to start all 12 tomorrow. Pick one that speaks to you, try it for a week, and see how it feels.